Welcome everyone to a video on underwriting. In today's video, we will discuss about partial underwriting with firm underwriting. So I hope the whole underwriting is clear to you. The whole underwriting with and without firm underwriting is already discussed in the previous videos. Today let us see two questions and let us see how we can solve it. So this is the first question. X Limited issued 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. Rajiv underwrites 80% of the total issue with firm underwriting for 10,000 shares. So in the earlier questions where there was full underwriting by the underwriters, this proportion of underwriting was not given. That means the whole shares which were issued by the company were underwritten by the underwriters. But here only a partial or a portion of it is only underwritten. That means Rajiv is the underwriter and he underwrites only 80% of the total issue. And also in the question it is mentioned, it is clearly mentioned that there is firm underwriting for 10,000 shares. So I hope you remember what is the adjustment for firm underwriting. Marked applications were received for 60,000 shares. Find out the liability of the underwriter and also the maximum commission payable. So in this question, the total number of applications received is not given. Instead of that, we have marked applications only. So marked applications were received for 60,000 shares. Okay, so now let's see how to calculate the liability of the underwriter. So here there is partial underwriting as well as there is firm underwriting. So let's come to the solution on the statement showing underwriter's liability. So in the question it is mentioned that Rajiv underwrites 80% of the total issue. So we know that total issue is 1 lakh equity shares, 1 lakh equity shares and 80% of 1 lakh equity shares is underwritten. That means 80,000 shares. 80% into 1 lakh, 80,000 shares are underwritten by Rajiv. Okay. And now let's go for the marked application. So we know that marked applications were received for 60,000 shares. So 60,000 shares are marked applications. Okay, so now we arrive at the net liability. Net liability. So in this case, we do not have unmarked applications because total number of applications are not mentioned. Only marked applications are mentioned. Okay. So the net liability is 20,000 and we have a firm underwriting in the question for 10,000 shares. And so we need to add firm underwriting of 10,000. The total liability of Mr. Rajiv is 30,000 shares. Okay. Now we also require to calculate the maximum commission payable to the underwriter. So as we discussed earlier, commission should be calculated on the issue price. Okay, issue price. So total 80,000 shares were taken over by Mr. Rajiv. What is the issue price? Rupees 10 per share is the price. So 80,000 into 10. So that is 8 lakh. So 8 lakh into 5 by 100. So in case of shares underwriting, in case of equity shares underwriting, we know that the rate of commission payable is 5%. We have already seen this provision. So 8 lakh into 5%, 5 by 100, rupees 40,000 will be the commission payable to Mr. Rajiv. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Now let's see another question. A practical problem 6. This is more or less similar to the first question, but let's see how to work out. X Limited issued 10 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. Rajiv underwrites 80% of the total issue with firm underwriting for 1 lakh shares. So here also partial underwriting is there, firm underwriting is there. Marked applications are 6 lakh shares. Find out the liability of the underwriter and also the maximum commission payable. Okay. What is the gross liability? Gross liability will be 80% of the issued applications. So 80% of 10 lakh. Now it is 8 lakh. Okay. Let's marked applications. So marked applications were received for 6 lakh shares. It's already given. Less marked applications, we'll get the balance 2 lakh. And here also there is no unmarked applications as such mentioned. So we'll go for, so this 2 lakh will be the liability. And now we have firm underwriting of firm underwriting of 1 lakh shares. Okay, 1 lakh shares. We add firm underwriting. And now the net liability is 3 lakh shares. So net liability of Mr. Rajiv, the underwriter, is 3 lakh shares. Now let's see how to calculate commission. So commission is calculated on the issue price. So total number of shares was 8 lakh. So 8 lakh into rupees 10. So in the question it is mentioned it is rupees 10 per share. Okay. So 8 lakh into 10 we have 80 lakh into 5% which is the rate for equity shares. So now we get a commission of 4 lakh. So 4 lakh is the maximum commission payable to Mr. Rajiv. So I hope both these questions are clear to you. Thank you.